And we broke Flashman. He doesn't shoot anymore. Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 25 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinion on different Mega Man games, so sit tight and learn. Hello people and welcome back to Nico Evaluates Mega Man 2 Atari Demake. And as per your wish, we're gonna play the entire game in one sitting up until the wild stages, and then we will start playing normally again. So why not start with Metal Man like everyone else, right? But here it doesn't make that much of a difference, at least to us, because we are evaluating the game. So we now don't have any weapons. Playing the game as it was meant to be played. Love these X's to indicate a spot for the weapon to be. I'm not gonna talk about the same things I already talked about, but if there's something new I come across, I'm gonna mention it. So a little bit of a Let's Play treat, I guess, for now. We can also use some weapons more that we kinda ignored on our previous episodes, such as the air shooter. This game, as I mentioned, oh, so there's a little twitch here. Usually in fan games when this happens the whole screen shakes, but here just Mega Man shakes. So a kind of an improvement there, although would love if you could get rid of that entirely. I'm not sure why that thing happens. Don't need that 1-up. Game's easy on its own, and also I don't think we can get it. Nice, we get to shoot the first time. So I think the main problem in this game is that it is too easy, and for people who actually want a challenge, it might turn those people off, but I know a lot of people who are not good in Mega Man games, so this would probably be very enjoyable for those kind of people. Such as my fiancée, for one. She would probably enjoy this game a lot. I should actually show it to her. Like I said about these moles, I like how they are sequenced like this. It's easy to read what they are doing instead of doing the Mega Man 2 style, where it's pretty hard to avoid them if you don't know how. Again, another case of not teaching the player properly and just like trapping them in the situation and just saying, here you go, take the controller. There's nothing wrong with that kind of gameplay. There's nothing wrong with not teaching players if the section is done correctly. Some people critiqued me quite a while ago, saying that this guy doesn't like anything that doesn't teach you or is trial and error. Well, that's not completely correct. There are situations where definitely trial and error brings the gameplay to a new level. That's not what I'm saying. But oftentimes here, in these games that we evaluate, trial and error is done in such a way that you have no other option but to just die to learn, and that is, in my opinion, kinda dumb. Again, depends on the game, but for Mega Man, that's not what Mega Man is about. For other kind of games like the quarter games in arcades, Dragon's Lair, that works out, because it's meant to be a cash grab and nothing else. I'm not saying that that's how you should be doing it, but it's one way to do it. Again, probably not the best game to bring up, but you get my point anyway. So Metal Man, hilariously enough, is not that easy. I think it's one of the hardest ones in Atari Demake. But let's see if he works the same as he does on the NES version, which is... no. Did we? Kinda. You can lock him in this pattern. But if you shoot him, he still... like, he gets out of sync is what happens here. He has the partial AI of Metal Man, but as you go and try to shoot him at the same time, he kinda breaks and you can't do the strategy that you would normally use. So he doesn't stay in sync. And that's kind of an unfortunate mishap here. You can make it happen, but you have to have a different timing than in the NES version. Which kinda puts me off. And I'm trying to do it the best I can, but as you can see, I'm having huge trouble. See, like, he doesn't... See, like, he doesn't always jump when you shoot, and he doesn't always shoot back right away. He does it, like, after a few seconds. So definitely, using that strategy, out of the question for a no-miss run almost, I'd say. I'd have to study more, but... the most important thing is that he's not an exact copy of his NES counterpart. Not always a bad thing, but when you are trying to make another game better, I would definitely keep some of its gameplay styles. Maybe if you went that far as to copy the Robot Masters, maybe you could give them new moves, or just make their AI smarter, because that was one of the issues in Mega Man 2. The Robot Master fights were like extremely dull and repetitious, but it's not a bad job. I can't scold you for this. It's an honest attempt, but there is stuff to improve. If you were looking at the mini-screen during the fight, maybe you'll understand some of my critique here. Not bad. I love these cutscenes because they are a lot quicker now. You don't have to wait until Light stops talking. It's actually instantaneous, and I like that. So that is very cool indeed. So maybe we should get Airman out of the way so we can actually use his weapon more. Press menu to skip. See that? That's cool as well. You can skip the cutscenes. I always like that function, because if you're... like, the transitions are fine the first time you'll play the game, maybe even the second time, but after that, you kinda get bored of it, you just wanna play. And that's when you wanna skip some of the cutscenes. So you don't pause when you pick up weapon energy, which is nice as well. You don't drop down to your death, even though I kinda like the pause that the weapon drops have in them. So that's, of course, a personal thing here. Oh right, you can't even kill that guy if you don't have the proper tools, which is your brain. I do love what they did with or what he did with Airman Stage. I'm not sure if he had more people helping him with this game or not. So I just say they on every game I evaluate. It's easier. So there's not many reasons to use the Metal Blade here. As you can tell, I don't even have to fill it up, because I'm not using it. No weapon switch though, I don't think so at least. Maybe I didn't bind it. But that's fine, we don't have to use weapon switching. Again, not gonna talk too much about these things, we've already evaluated these, I don't have to repeat myself. It's kind of an awkward playthrough here, because you really wanted me to play through these stages again with the bosses, so it's kinda like, we're just doing this again. That's fine though, I can do this. I'm not that entertaining when it comes to Let's Plays, I just can't do that. But I try to evaluate more things as we go here, to at least give you some entertainment as we go. So the clouds, very Atari-like, like I mentioned last time, I love that style. It is very faithful to the Atari era, and the graphics they had. And that I can get behind with. Ah, nice. So you can do that even without any weapons. Like, you're probably seeing right now that the game is not hard, even with just the Buster, so the game doesn't necessarily encourage you to use the weapons, but it doesn't punish you for using them, like Mega Man 2 does. So Airman, let's see his patterns, that's the first thing we should look for. See what he did with the patterns. Good so far, and can easily dodge that as well. Does he only have these, or... No, we're probably just getting RNG'd here. 3 times the same pattern. when you try to evaluate games, stuff like this happens 4 times the same pattern. There we go, that's something different. So all of these seem completely reasonable, unlike the some patterns in Mega Man 2 are actually ridiculous. But there's nothing bad here, look at all these patterns. Still staying faithful to Airman himself, but one critique I sometimes give with Mega Man 2 style games is that when you make the fight this much easier with these, it's fine. This fight is now exactly how it should have been on the original game, but you should have added more hit points to Airman, because he takes 2 damage per shot, it's too easy. Just give some challenge to the player as well. Don't just hold their hands, if you know what I mean. Make Airman just take 1 hit, there's no reason for him to take 2. This fight is easy as it is, like this. Of course, as I'm explaining, I'm dying. So my commentary makes no sense suddenly. Let's concentrate and show it can be done if I don't talk at the same time. I love how it's kind of tricky to still hit him. And there we go. That's actually very good. It is very good, but I would just make him take 1 damage instead of 2. It's way too easy that way. So what stage has enemies for us to shoot with the air shooter? Not many. Hitman comes to mind. So let's, I guess, try that. Hitman is adorable. I love these sprites. Absolutely love them. Air shooter, let's equip it. Let's see how far we can get with just the air shooter here. Alright, these guys. Of course. And the developer did message us in the comments on the previous episode, and he wanted to fix some things that I thought were maybe subpar. And I want to take this opportunity to say that my way isn't always the best. Like, don't just blindly trust what I say, because again, they are my opinions. They might not be what the general audience actually wants. So that's one issue with all of this. But if you... Ooh, that's my bad. But if you actually agree... If you actually agreed on what I said and you felt the same way about it, then of course, it's your game, you can fix the things that I complain about, and I am honored that somebody actually agrees with my viewpoints after watching these videos, unlike some developers, of course. They don't appreciate any criticism at all and they can't handle it. But for those individuals who actually can and they appreciate it, I am more than happy to help and give some feedback, criticism that you can work with. And that's fun for us both. So, my point is that maybe my viewpoints are not always the general audience's opinion. They don't always match, of course. People still disagree with me on certain things, and that's just fine. They are all just opinions, they're like assholes, everyone has one. And that's just a warning to the developers. If you actually change what I critique about, keep in mind that I might be the only one who thinks that way. But if you agree with me, silently or audibly, then of course, go ahead and improve your games as per my instructions, I guess. But just a warning, just something to think about when you are developing your game. I'm not always right. Some things I've said I have later disagreed with, but I fixed them. I fixed my mistakes on later episodes if I felt that I was in the wrong. Of course, I always try to do enough research so that doesn't happen. But sometimes... That was my fault, I wasn't looking at the pattern before I went. But and as I'm talking as well. But sometimes mistakes happen to all of us, we're all people. But just be careful when taking my advice and actually changing your game based on it. I guess that's what I want to say. That took like 5 minutes to actually literally say it. Doing two things is hard at the same time because I'm a man. I once was chewing gum and walking, and the gum fell out of my mouth. It's hard for us men sometimes. There we go. So Hitman stage might be one of the more difficult ones. All in good sports, still no. Didn't look at the pattern again, but I think I remember it. We should look at this one, because I'm not sure. There we go, second one. Like I said previously, it's good that we can actually look at the pattern before we go, unlike in the actual Hitman stage. There we go. And the developer also said that he'll fix these armor shows there. Hitman, let's check him out. Oh, nice. He actually, do we have lives? We have 0 lives, so I'm not gonna... Oh, we're gonna die. So it seems to me that he shoots the fire pillars every single time. Let's see if that's true or if I'm talking out of my ass. If you shoot him before he... Nope, I was wrong. If you are fast enough, a lot more trickier in this version. He's a lot faster, holy hell. But he does work almost the same as he does in the NES counterpart. In the NES one, holy hell, he's like actually difficult with the Buster. That's actually kinda cool. Hitman was always a bit of a pussy. So in the NES counterpart he has different frame intervals after you shoot him. And after those specific frame counts he will attack. So I'm not sure if that's present here, it's hard to read, or if that's the same every time. It looks like it's the same every time. Yep, it's the same, so... He has taken that random RNG part out of Hitman's fight. Made it a lot more hectic. Kinda I do like it, but it's maybe a bit too fast considering the game is so easy to begin with. Suddenly Hitman... He's like twice as fast as he usually is, and he fires the flames so fast if you don't shoot him in time. But I actually really like that fight, but I might be biased because I'm so familiar with Mega Man to begin with. That might be a hard fight for other people with the Buster. I would probably slow it down just a little bit there, it's kinda hectic. Again, love these shotgun placements because they're not actually bad. Like I always say, just give a few fucks when you are designing shotgun. And the few fucks have been given here accordingly. Very nice to see. Might actually want to use weapons here. Don't have much yet. That works, although it wasn't necessary. I just love using atomic fire, it's so useful. Unless there's a situation like this. I promise to use more atomic fire. I mean, I promise to use more air shooter, but there's just not many spots where you would actually use it. But the developer contacted me and said he's gonna modify the air shooter so that when you press down, it modifies its arc. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Because now the air shooter, it's kinda shit, if we're being honest. It's not the developer's fault, it's shit to begin with. It's just that in Mega Man 2 there's not many enemies that would benefit from getting killed by the air shooter, I guess. Except these guys. Does this even... there we go. Well, it's kinda useful here, but at the same time, we just accidentally used an E-tank, nice. So that's still present from Mega Man 2. I can live with it. Not sure if that's intentional. I went up from air shooter, but I guess that was my own fault. Oh well. Maybe we needed the hills. But like I was saying, the arc is gonna be interesting to see in its entirety. These gimmicks are fun for Flashman stage. They lessen the monotony that's going on in this stage. And that's always a good thing. Short stage like Flashman stage is. Let's see what he does. See what the modifications are. That's a cool transition there. Oh yeah, he has this fucking laser. I actually kinda like it. So, he... Ah, shit. So the only thing you have to worry about is these two planes here. If you're on the upper plane, when he's up, you're gonna get hit. If you're on the bottom plane, when he's at the bottom, you're gonna get hit. So always try to see when he does his graphic, which is well done, by the way. Oh, so he jumps when you hit him. Is that what he does? I see, so he jumps when you hit him. I might have to research, because now I can't remember which it is. Does he jump when you shoot or jump when he gets hit? And I already know the answer by this point, because it's on the mini screen, so you don't have to comment about it. Guess my mind has escaped me. It's hard to remember everything, because Mega Man 2 was not my favorite game. It kinda fucks with his AI when you shoot him. Is he stuck now? And we broke Flashman. He doesn't shoot anymore. This fight is all kinds of fucked up. For some reason. So if we shoot him again, then does he... Nope, he's just fucked. Well, we broke him. I will stop choking the developer at this point and just let him go and fix this. You can go, buddy. Do your magic. Sorry. Fucking broke him. It's a fun fight, though. I like how he has. I like how it has two different layers, kinda, and you have to choose which one you're gonna go to before he shoots his laser. I do enjoy the laser more than the bullets from the actual game. It's kind of a bit more fair, I guess. So the laser is not a bad thing. Bubble Man's background here not raping my eyes with like white and blue, that would be extremely obnoxious. Darker blues work very well together. Well, I guess we could demonstrate the air shooter. No point though. It's just so bad. Again, not the game's fault. Trying its best to make the weapons better, but in the case of air shooter, when there are pretty much no enemies above you, it's a hard task to do, but he's on it though. He has said he's on it. And I will probably post a video of the new air shooter, maybe. If somebody reminds me after the patch is out. And test it out. I might not, we're gonna see. Maybe I'll just test it and leave a comment how I felt about it. So we don't have the Crash Bomber here, which would be beneficial, but we do have the Atomic Fire. Underwater doesn't make sense though. But I do like that it works here, because I love using it. So the sense making isn't always necessary in Mega Man games, as we've seen in the past. I mean, you can use the wrong standing sprite for your Mega Man if you want. So I'm just enjoying myself here. Since you guys wanted me to do this, I'm gonna do this. One critique I have with these frogs, they come back extremely fast. Once you kill these, the next ones come back, bam, immediately. And they jump so fast, you don't have a lot of time to dodge them. So that's maybe one thing. I love how they jump fast at you. That's what I love. But I don't love how small the cooldown is. So maybe increase the cooldown a bit? That's actually like ridiculous. If you keep killing them with the Crash Bomb or something else, they just keep coming back, like this. Look at how fast this is. It's a bit too fast, I think? I don't know. It just feels a bit too fast to me. Extremely short stages in Mega Man 2 in general. If you had like... If you were really enthusiastic about fixing Mega Man 2, I would have also made the levels longer, because they are so short. The moment you start enjoying a stage, it's already over. So I can scold you for that. You could have made the stages a lot longer at your own screens. Have some fun with it as you went. Alright, Bubble Man, let's see how accurate he is. So he's just oh. Nope, he's not the same, but not necessarily a bad thing. He's actually a fucking spaz. And again on the mini screen I'll show you how Bubble Man normally works in this situation. He just jumps up if you shoot him as he lands. But this guy is actually made more difficult. And that was one thing that I scolded Mega Man 2 with, was that Bubble Man was not hard enough. So here, he's actually harder. That was actually impossible to dodge. I'm pretty sure you could not dodge that pattern there, so if that's so, that's kind of bad. Yeah, how are you gonna dodge that? You have to go under the bubbles, I guess. I was going over. Let's see if that works. See if that works there. Yeah, you don't wanna end up there. So you can dodge it, but it's a learning process. Oh, maybe not. Because the first shot he did was on the ground. How was I supposed to... I don't think you can dodge those. Let's see if he... Yeah, there. There's no way to dodge that. Holy hell. You have to be behind him at that point and it's already too late. So you always have to... There we go, so that's one way. I'm figuring it out here, but you have to get behind him in time and you have to do it before he fires. So I think it is possible, it's just ridiculously difficult. So there's a few things here that I don't like that's nearly impossible to avoid. Let's be honest here. He should not fire a bullet on the ground level. That's the problem with that. That's why you can't dodge it. He's firing too many bullets, like, oh god. There's a chance, I can see the chance. But that's actually like ridiculous. So a couple of things I would fix there with Bubble Man. I actually like this fight more still than the original one, because this is actually a challenge. You can't mess up his AI by doing the same thing over and over, so I would still keep that. I would not make Bubble Man easy. So it's a fun change to make him harder, I think. Crash Man looks like he just has a bad haircut. Or good. What did I was just messing around at the start. I should have showcased how you can skip the beginning easily. Oh well, now we have the bubble lid. So we can use that here as well. But I want the Crash Bomber now. We do have the item, so let's use it. I love how the item too doesn't like keep training energy. It trains once and then that's it. So you can train the whole bar in just one go. That's nice. It works in this game. It might not work with like things like Rust Jet. It would not work well because you could scum it so easily. Is there something that would actually get rid of Metal Daddy here? Couple of these probably. There we go. My best pal, Atomic Fire. Love it. Can't climb the ladder when you have it on, but that makes sense. Maybe Mega Man could climb with the other hand when his other is busy. That is possible. Maybe it's hard to code. I like this stage as well, what they did with it. Feel the Atomic Fire back up. Have ourselves a little shield here. Oh! Alright, you can't climb. So that's when it kind of comes into account, but have you seen this? If you pause the game, you can't drop down the ladder. What usually happens is this. So as you pause and unpause the game, you start dropping down. But in this game, you can pause as much as you want and you're not gonna drop down ladders. That was my bad. See, as I explain things, stuff like that can happen. Let's go left. We want the goodies that are up here. Would appreciate weapon energy as well. We used item 2 so much. See if we can... Oh yeah. So we don't have an E-tank here and we have weapon energy. That's fine, the game's easy. But it doesn't... probably one of the reasons it does that is because it doesn't want to make you feel bad for choosing the wrong route necessarily. Crashman. See if he's... Oh jeez. See what he has going on with him. I love the back and forth walking. He's so fast though, holy hell. Kinda like that. You can't do the exact same strategy because he's faster. So you have to improvise. Which is cool. I think this is done in purpose. I could be wrong, but this looks like it's done in purpose. Crashman is this fast in purpose. This is so you can't scum the mechanic of the original game. And that's okay, and why it is okay, you ask? It's because you can clearly see he's faster. Now, if he worked differently and he was still the same speed, then I would have a problem. But since he's faster, that gives me the idea of, hey, maybe he's different. And that is indeed the case, so that's very good. You dodged the bullet there. So, there's some things you can do here. You can do that. So that fight takes place pretty much in the middle of the room. It's a bit different from the original. I like that a lot. I like what you did with that. 2 stages left. We are gonna... It's gonna be a bit of a longer episode, but well, you asked for this, not me. So we're gonna do it. Again, Woodman's stage graphics are so fun. Along with the bats. Fit very well in the trees. And what I failed to try last time was jumping over a bunny. So let's see if you can actually jump over a bunny on steady ground. We should try it here. Yes, you can, nice. There we go. So it is as tight as it is in Mega Man 2. It's almost impossible to make that jump over, but it is possible. Research done, A-OK. I was worried for a moment. Extremely hard to do though. Let's see if the flash time stopper is enough for all of these dogs. Let's see if that's possible. It's not in the original NES game, so let's see if it's enough here. Come on. Come on. Bam! Just enough. Brilliant. It's now enough for all of the dogs and you get your weapon refill. Nicely done, honestly. And I could have also paused the weapon now that I think about it. I guess? Maybe not. Because then the dog would just come back down, I guess. In any case, what a lovely job there. Again, the air shooter just isn't that good. I don't... Like, no. It's just not good. It's not good in the original, it's not good here. On this patch. Of course, you have to keep that in mind. It's gonna be fixed. It's gonna have a multi-purpose with it. Yes, I said multi instead of multi. Live with it. See, when I don't have a proper accent, I can use whatever words I want. Just like patch and potch, I can just change to whatever I feel like. I do like potch more, it makes me sound more royal. So these were kind of a letdown if I remember, because they don't... Well, they have their own thing. They do their own thing. It's kind of just... How do I get past that now without taking damage? Hard to do without weapons, so bustering this part is a bit of a pain. Yeah, that's... They should probably not come back up when the screen is so close to Mega Man, so maybe that's one thing that kind of irritated me there. It's good to run the game twice to see some problem areas as well. Woodman could have used some work on the sprite, honestly. Not too bad. Let's see how he does. I actually like this. We don't have to jump when the leaves come down. In the original game, you always had to jump in between, so you don't get hit. Now he's... Oh, nice! If you notice, that jump was extremely good for Woodman, because now going under him is so much easier. It was nearly impossible. They did not want you to go under Woodman on the NES game, but here it's clear that they do. That is well done. That is fucking well done. I have to give you kudos for this boss fight. Extremely fun. This is how you do it. Let's finish him. I really like him. Bam. Oh! Don't do this to me! Nicely done. I love that fight. Woodman done justice. And with Woodman down, we have one more left. Guy with the cheap superhero mask. Sprite is good though. Love that bling in his boomerang. So again, a bit of a longer episode here, but let's hurry up and finish the last stage, so it's not gonna be like 50 minutes, let's not do that to you. But those people who wanted this episode to happen, here it is. At least we get to showcase some of the weapon usage here. Of course, I'm gonna do some of this with just the Buster. Because that's what I'm used to, and that's how I usually get things done. Can we do this? Yes, we can. Lovely. Oh, not my smartest idea. Maybe this is? Nope. They are smart. They are too smart for me. Way too smart. I love how the item just keeps going, even if you're not on it. Let's equip the time stopper just in case. Showcase it as well as we go. But I kind of want to test it on Woodman. I mean, Quickman. We just killed most of the robot masters with the Buster, but that's how we roll. We can test the weapons if there are rematches in this game, I can't remember. So we can use the actual weaknesses and see how they act and react. There we go. Fighting fire with fire. Probably should ding, honestly, and not kill them. Putting more flames to flames usually doesn't help the case. Let's see what Quickman is about. Room is slightly different. The room is reversed, which is kind of interesting. 1, 2, 3. Boomerang. So does he have short hubs or not? Might turn out this Quickman is not random. Of course we all know, or most of us know now, that Quickman is not random. It's just the fact that he gets stuck inside the walls is what messes up his AI. So he does seem to have a pattern here, which is good. It's just a bit hard to read. Again, for Quickman, taking 2 damage is fine in my books. It's a bit of a spaz. But I'm sure people can make up strategies for this guy now. That's cool. A good fight, I think. He's quick enough, and let's see. And he'll just die. That's cool. Alright, if you liked this episode, go ahead and click the like button. If you disagreed on what I said, leave a dislike. And for those who agree, just hit the like button. See you on the next episode where we start the Wily stages, and let's see what the improvements are there. Till next time.